Tommy Fleetwood, who's joined us in the studio. Thanks, Tommy, for coming in. How are you looking forward to this week? It's kind of your neck of the woods, isn't it? You feel at home?
Well, yeah, I've been staying at home for the last few nights, and late tea time tomorrow, so I can stay at home again. It's, I mean, what a place to have your first major, really, your first Open, your first major, and it's been absolutely brilliant so far. The support in the practice rounds has been great, and I'm looking forward to getting out there now.
Do you know the course? Have you played it a bit before?
Well, I've played it a lot, but it's always with my mates in sort of winter months, and it's, I tell you, it's a lot different. It's a lot firmer and a lot tougher out there, so it's actually really interesting to see a course that you know so well be set up for a major.
Yes.
And how different it is, and how firm it is, and how much trickier they can make it, and it's really good to see, actually.
So give us an indication. Obviously, the firmness you've talked about.
Yeah.
How much narrower are the fairways?
They do cut the fairways in a little bit. The rough's obviously that bit thicker. Although in places it's okay. There are certain places where the rough's okay, but generally it's quite thick. And just the tees being so much further back,
right.
You're taking lines that you haven't taken before and clubs that you haven't quite hit. And you know, I think you just see things differently when you actually have to play. It's all right when you can just wing drive with your mates and then just drop one on the fairway, but actually playing it with the firmness and in a tournament is actually quite a bit different. And also slightly different visually, I suppose, because of the grandstands. I mean, especially that great big one at 18. Yeah, that's a good one, that one.
People,
yeah, it's a good one, that. Not a bad one to walk down.
Does it get you excited when you see that sort of thing and think, did you start to sort of picture yourself playing?
Yeah, I came here actually, I took the French Open week off and I came to practice for a couple of days that week, and just seeing the stands on the 18th walking down, it's goosebump stuff, really. Obviously stuff that you've always dreamed about playing in the Open. You can just picture the crowd there, and to be walking down there Sunday would be fantastic.
I take it you would have been to a few Open Championships when you were younger?
I haven't been to one for a very long time, actually. I always tend to watch it on TV because you can see more, but you know, it's like I say, it's been a while since I've been. I went to the Masters this year to watch, and then you come to the Open, and both very different events, and you just see how different they put the events on. But the Open, I mean, it's like once you went to the golf course, it's like being in a town again with the tented village and everything. It's just amazing.
It is sensational. We're in the HSBC fan zone, by the way, so if you come to the Open Championship, do pop in and have a look. There's all sorts of things to do, putting and long driving and everything.
Yeah, I'm watching, yeah.
It's good, isn't it? How's the form? You've obviously you won last year, breakthrough victory on the European Tour. Seems to have got a little bit quiet of late.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can look at results and say it has been quiet, and I probably had 2 or 3 weeks where my game was nowhere near good enough. But my good weeks this year have been very good. I've had a 2nd and a 3rd, another top 10 in Singapore, and 8th, and gradually my swing's been coming back, my game's been coming back. I was playing very well last week and just struggled at the weekend in Scotland, but my game's in good shape. It's obviously a course I know and it's a course I like, and I think if you wanted to pick somewhere to have your first major, this would be it. I think it is a good chance for me to do well, and you have to play well basically this week, and if you're hitting it well you can score. If you're not, then it's going to catch you out. But my game's in good shape. I'm happy with where it's at. So 150 to 1 chance you might be worth a couple of bob. Well, why not? Always, yeah.
Have some of that.
Have some of that, why not? There might be some happy people at the end of the week.
Tell us about strategically what decisions you've been making as you've been going through your practice rounds. We're hearing players talking a lot about scoring opportunities. Obviously the par 5s you've got to take advantage of here. Yeah, the par 5s are the key holes, really, especially, I mean, when you get to the back 9, 10, 16 and 18, all reachable. And you have the last few holes. If you struggle through the round, you have to keep going, because you have short par 3 and then par 5, par 4, par 5, and they are good chances coming in. So it's one of them courses where you can always keep grafting away, and you never quite know what's going to happen in the last few, which is great. It makes for a great finish. And there are tough holes that, I mean, the first is a great example. The first, at some point, you have to hit a good golf shot, because the green's very narrow to hit into. So you can hit a 2-iron off the tee, short of the bunkers, but then you have a 5-iron in to a very narrow green, or you can trust yourself to hit a good drive and hit an 8-iron in. Right. But at some point you're going to have to hit a golf shot on a hole, and I think there are a few holes like that where you have to take a shot on eventually on the hole. You just have to pick which time you want to do it. So you've got the 2-iron in the bag. 2-iron will be in, yeah. Right. And have you established at the moment, let's say, I mean, the breeze at the moment is, I don't know what it is, maybe 8 miles an hour, something like that. Let's say it is. How many times would you expect to hit driver if conditions were like they are at the moment? Again, depending on how comfortable you are on the tees, but there's definitely a few out there. Right. I can see plenty out there, and especially if you're hitting it well, you can cut a few of the holes down. You know, make them shortish irons.
Whereas if you do play safe, then they're mid to long irons, and that's going to make a big difference. I mean, if you're driving it well, you can definitely give yourself better opportunities going into the greens, and it's just a case of taking it on a little bit, which it is dangerous. It could go wrong, or it could come off. It's just it could go either way.
So at the moment, you would definitely not see yourself being at a one driver this week, man.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit more than one driver, right. But you never know. I might snap it. But no, I'll be hitting more than one driver for sure. The course is a lot softer than it was in 2006. 2006, and I think the bit of drizzle today is going to keep it a bit softer. I played yesterday afternoon and it was quite firm. Ball started rolling a long way. I mean, I teed off at 3, so I was out there all afternoon and evening, and it had been quite windy and warm, and the fairways were firming and the greens were firming up, and it's actually a different golf course to what it is now, quite a lot. So at the moment, you can probably control your long irons a bit more if you wanted to hit into the greens. It's landing a bit softer, but if it does firm up, if we get the nice weather and the wind and it firms up, then it's going to be very difficult hitting 5 irons into some of these par 4s.
Yeah, should be exciting. Do the players still talk about that performance from Tiger? Is it one of those things that, you know, stands out in golf? Because it's not just the fact that it was kind of worked out to be good strategy, because obviously he won the tournament.
It did work out to be a pretty good strategy in the end.
But it's quite difficult to do that, to actually not hit driver.
Yeah, I think he hit it once, didn't he? And it wasn't. It was a wide one, and I think he's just, you know, he's Tiger Woods, and he had the confidence and the ability to just play with irons and have some long irons. And you all remember the shot into 14 when he holed it with a 4 iron. I mean, that's just a joke, really. It's unbelievable. So, I mean, he put on a display there that everybody wants to achieve, if you like. It was absolutely fantastic, and people do still talk about it, especially when they come here. The first thing you hear is, "Oh, Tiger won here." Only hitting a 2 iron off the tee, and I think it was just fantastic. It showed how good he was, and you know, it was a Tiger Woods performance, if you like. He was awesome to watch.
And are you done now? Have you done all your prep? You're heading for a home?
Yeah. I'm going to go and do a little bit of physio and a little bit of stretching, and that'll be me done, really. I played 6 holes today, just get it out of the way. We didn't know what the weather was going to do. It looked like it was going to pour down all afternoon, so tried to get in there a little bit early. But I'm gonna be heading home soon and just putting my feet up and waiting for tomorrow afternoon now.
Excellent. Well, listen, we wish you luck.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
It's very exciting. I'm excited. I know you are.
We all are. Trust me.